Hello dear students, I am Ankit Sultania. Today in this video, I am going to explain you all about the new topic as you can see on the screen, that is Introduction to Microsoft Access 2013. In this, I will discuss you all about database and DBMS. First of all, let us understand about database. Just take an example. Suppose that if we are going to store a large amount of data, such as all the details of the students of our school, like roll number, admission number, name, father's name, mother's name, class, section, mobile number, address, etc. If we are going to store all this information on sheets of paper by writing normally, we can store all these details. But if we have to find out any particular information, any particular data, it will not be easy. It is very difficult to find out or fetch any particular details. Instead, we can create a table. A table is a collection of grid of rows and columns where a large amount of data can be stored in rows and columns properly in an organized way. This all information can be stored in a table so that it will be look beautiful, and all the data, any particular data can be accessed from this table easily. Suppose that if we have to search any particular information by the name of the student, we only have to visit in the name column and we can find the desired information according to our choice easily through the table. The database can be referred to as a table. Just take another example. If we are going to market, okay, in markets, many different shops and shopping malls use computers for storing list of items, for managing their stocks, the prices, quantities available, and quantities sold, etc. All these can be stored, managed, and quickly retrieved about so many products using computer. This is done with the help of database. Take another more example. If we have to get information regarding trains available between two stations, we can visit IRCTC website and provide the details like source station, destination station, and the date of journey. And as we click on search trains button, all the details regarding our required information of trains will be listed. There is no any magic. As we click on search train details button, and all the information are brought to us. All this information must have been stored anywhere from which this information are brought to us. These information are stored onto the database of that particular platform, of that IRCTC platform. If we have to book a ticket of the trains or flights, as we visit the IRCTC website and we search for the train details and choose the desired train according to our choice, we can get all the details regarding seats available or not, different berths, and many more. We can book the tickets. As we book the ticket, the data stored in the database of that IRCTC platform is updated. All this can be done with the help of database automatically. Take also another example. If we have to fill up any form in order to apply for any document, for any job, or for any other purpose, as we fill up any form and submit all the details after filling up the form, these all details just goes to the database of the related company or organization. Here, this also can be done due to the database. And here we can also take an example. First of all, understand this one also. The database works as a back end interface, and the software that we use for accessing the information of the database, that can be referred to as front end interface. Suppose that if we go to school to pay fee, there a software is used to access the database. All the information regarding you all students are stored in the database of the school, and this database is attached or connected with a particular software through which your information is searched and your details can be fetched. Here, the software which is used to access the database, to access the details or data or information of you all students, that software can be called front end interface. And the database which is supporting as a back end are connected to that front end interface software. Suppose that whenever we have to search any information using internet via Google, here Google is working as a front end interface. Google is the interface with which we are just connecting. As we search any information, our information goes in the form of request to the database, and the database server provides the information to the Google interface, and we can get it. Here also Google is working as a front end interface, and the database from where the information is brought to us is working as back end interface. If we are asked to memorize such records, it will be an almost impossible task. To deal with such problems, data is stored and managed in a computer using databases. Nowadays, large amounts of data are required to be stored at all the places such as schools, banks, hotels, hospitals, supermarkets, railway stations, airports, offices, multinational companies, etc. Databases can be of two types. First one is flat database, and the another one is relational database. Understand this point also. Flat database is a type of database in which a table is created for storing large amount of information only, and the data is accessed and used. The example of flat databases are MS Excel, OpenOffice Calc, table created in MS Word, etc. Another one type of database is relational database. Relational database is also one of the type of database which is used to create a database, create a table for storing large amount of information, for connecting this database to any particular software so that any information or data can be accessed, updated, inserted, etc. A database are defined as a collection of organized information in such a way that user can retrieve data quickly. The main purpose of a database is that the same collection of data should serve as many applications as possible. We can say a database is an organized collection of interrelated data. Interrelated data means the data which are related to each other. Suppose there is a table consisting of all the students' details in it. Take an example. In a row, in a particular row, all the information are interrelated, means all the information are related to each other. The name is related to the roll number, the name is related to the particular student's name, father's name, mother's name. All these information are related to each other, so this can be called interrelated data. So the database can be an organized collection of interrelated data so that it can be easily accessed, managed and updated. A database has some properties like it is a collection of related data elements representing real world information. It is logical, coherent and internally consistent. For example, consider the names, telephone numbers and addresses of the relatives that you may have stored on a hard drive using any application software such as Microsoft Access or MS Excel, etc. The collection of data, that is related data, the collection of related data with an implicit meaning is known as a database. Now coming to the next point, that is DBMS. DBMS means database management system. Understand about DBMS. A DBMS, that is database management system, are used to store data and information in the form of tables. A DBMS is a software program. We can say it is a set of programs that enables us to create, define, modify, extract and maintain the data from a database and provides controlled access to this database. The primary goal of a DBMS is to provide a way to store and retrieve database information that is both convenient and efficient. DBMS can be based on different data models such as network, hierarchical model, relational model, multimedia model, object oriented model, etc. These all models are based on the work according to their use. Data in a database can be added, deleted, changed, sorted, searched, etc. using a DBMS, that is Database Management System software. Some of the DBMS softwares are MySQL, Ingress, MS Access, Oracle, etc. A database management system, it is a software which is used for managing database. A database management system based on the relational data model stores data in the form of tables and is related to relational database. It means it is called relational database management system, that is RDBMS. The relational data model was invented by E.F. Codd in the year 1970. E.F. Codd was a computer scientist who introduced 12 rules. If these 12 rules are supported in any DBMS, then that DBMS can be referred to as RDBMS, means Relational Database Management System. Some of the examples of RDBMS are Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, FoxPro, SQL Server, etc. Now, I am going to discuss you all about the advantages of database. There are some advantages of database also, because of which we use the database management system software. Data is stored in the form of records in tables within the database. Some of the advantages of storing data in a database are, as compared to file, are, as you can see on the screen, reduced data redundancy, reduced update on errors and increased consistency, improved data access to users, improved data security, and maintaining standards. I am discussing all these advantages one by one in detail. First one is reduced data redundancy. Redundancy involves repetition and duplication of the same data in different files. DBMS is designed to reduce the unnecessary duplication of data. The duplication of data is referred to as data redundancy. In contrast to non-database systems, which maintain multiple copies of same data at different locations, DBMS stores data at central place. The user is not required to maintain multiple copies of the same data. In this way, DBMS prevents data duplication. Now, the another advantage, as you can see on the screen, that is reduced update on errors and increased consistency. The main advantage of DBMS is to avoid the duplication of inconsistencies. If the two files contain the same data and one file is updated with the new information, whereas other file contains the old data, then the data is known to be inconsistent. When the data is stored at multiple locations, there are chances that modifications are not carried out at all the places. Multiple mismatching copies of same data is known as data inconsistency. So, DBMS ensures that data consistency by storing data at one place and ensuring that there is no duplication of data. In this way, DBMS help to increase consistency. by reducing data inconsistency. Now, the another advantage is improved data access to users. Here, take an example. The users from all over the country can access the database for booking railway tickets, for purchasing items on online shopping platform, and many more. A DBMS stores data at a centralized location and facilitates sharing of data among multiple users according to their requirements. From anywhere all over the India, any user can access a piece of information over the internet, as we can access the database for our requirement by for purchasing things on the online shopping website, or by making any recharges by online transaction, etc. Now, the next advantage, as you can see on the screen, that is improved data security. All the users are provided with some access rights, privileges, and permissions. This phenomenon avoids the unauthorized access of data. The DBMS is designed to include the authentication authorization process before permitting access to sensitive data. This is one of the most important advantage of DBMS. In DBMS, user IDs can be created with various levels of authority. Users have limited rights and permissions. Only authorized users can access the data. Some may have the privilege of changing the data, while others can only view the data. Suppose that if you are just searching any information on the internet, the data that are brought to us according to our request can be just viewed by us. We cannot change or alter that particular data, as DBMS provides the data security. Now, the next advantage, as you can see on the screen, is maintaining standard. A DBMS ensures that the stored data follows the organization's own standards, or national or international standards. Every organization, company, or institution which uses the database for storing large amount of data, their particular data, so that they can access the data, manage the data, and control the database using different DBMS softwares. This DBMS software ensure that the stored data follows the standard of an individual organization. This DBMS software also ensures greater data integrity. Data integrity is also one of the another advantage of database management system. Data integrity refers to the process in which the data contained in the database is accurate and consistent. Therefore, the data value are to be entered within range and in the correct format. As we create a table in database, at the time of creating a table, we have to specify all the details, as name of the column and type of data that have to be entered in that particular column. So we can say, if we enter another type of data that is not specified at the time of creating a table, that another type of data cannot be entered in a table, as this follows the data integrity feature. In DVMS, data integrity is maintained by error checking and validation rule. Another advantage of database is conflict resolution. Whenever multiple people work or access a common database, such as in a bank, there is only a common database, that is central database, which is accessed by all the employees. Manager use that database to manage or update any information related to customers. Cashiers use that common database for depositing money, for withdrawing money, and for doing many different activity. So there is a possibility of user trying to modify the same piece of information. It is the responsibility of DBMS is to resolve the conflicting requirements of various users and applications. There is also another advantage, that is support. DBMS is implemented with an inbuilt help or support feature. If user faces some problems while working with database, this help or support feature can be used so that they can resolve their problem that is being faced at the time of using the database, accessing the data from the database. Thanks for watching this video.